What's up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. My friends, it is Monday! You should know by now, if you listen regularly, I am a big fan of Monday. Big fan. I know it sounds weird when I say that, but I freaking love Mondays. I don't know why. I do. Alright, everyone. I am commuting, so I apologize for any kind of background noise, but this is the only window of time I could really carve out to do this today. And today's topic is this: what I've learned in 160 episodes. Man, when I sit back and think about when I started this whole journey for the Run Your Day podcast back in, I think it was July, early August of 2018. And it was really something that I started almost as like a therapy session, honestly. Like, it was just, I knew that I wanted to build, a business, an app, a way to get out to people and to really kind of drive my business in a way that I could directly connect with people. And honestly, this podcast is it's turned into something that I just like to do every day. Like, it's still therapeutic for me, And the one thing I learned about when I started, so when I started, I had actually recorded several episodes on my computer that are probably honestly still there, that I just did for practice. Like, I recorded them and I never put them out because I was so bad. I was so bad at speaking. My flow wasn't there. I didn't have my voice yet. Like, I just didn't. I was just very choppy, very stuttery, just didn't know what I was doing. And it took a lot of courage, like I've talked about before, to actually finally put this out there and just be like, yep, this is me, this is what I'm doing. And, the lesson I want you guys to learn from that today is that, the fear of not being accepted, the fear of being rejected, the fear of the unknown, it only exists in your mind. Like, it only exists in your mind. You always tell yourself a worse story than what reality will probably be. It goes back to what I talked about last week. It's never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think. This podcast hasn't gone to levels that I've wanted it to go, but it's also not been as bad as I thought it would be, right? Like, I keep coming back to that because I really, really think that's a powerful principle. But the lesson I learned was, even if you're not ready, even if you think that you're going to be bad at something, even if you don't have the necessary skill set to pull something off at this point in time, like, just go for it anyway. No one's ever ready when they do big stuff. No one's ever fully ready for the big changes that are coming up. Like, think about a New Year's resolution, or if you give something up for Lent, or whatever it might be. Like, you're never truly ready. You're never truly ready for a marriage, for a baby, for moving. Like, you're never ready for all of those things, but you do them anyway, right? You move past that fear. You find a way to overcome it, and that's what I did in a small way with this podcast. And the other thing that I learned is that consistency is key, right? Like, there have been days where I haven't actually published an episode here, and whether I forgot or I didn't feel like it, or I just wasn't, I didn't have anything prepared, or whatever it was. And I notice when those days happen that not as much of you listen the day after, right? Because it takes credibility away. It takes consistency away. So that's why even now, like, I don't have the most high quality audio. I don't have the ideal conditions for things. Like, I'm just literally pulling out my phone on my way to work and recording this. But it's consistent. I'm putting it up there today, right? Like, it is what it is. So the two biggest things I've learned are really that. Like, you're never really ready, and you just have to do it. And then two, consistency. Like, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to get to, whatever you're trying to be, like a new job, a relationship, like whatever it might be, just being consistent will get you so much further than if you just do something for a week and then stop, or do something for 2 times and then stop. Like, it makes sense, but it really is true, and I've lived it. I've lived it like every single day, so I know I know what happens when you don't. So those are the 2 things I wanted to leave you guys with today. So my questions for you as I wrap up today are it's twofold. So the first question is, what is a fear that you are just making up? Like, what is something you're making up that you just need to move past and realize that it's not real? What are you not willing to do because you're just not ready for it, but you know that you need to do it anyway? And secondly, how can you get more consistent? How can you get to a place where you're more consistent and just doing something even if it's not ideal, even if the conditions aren't right, even if the time's not right? How can you just be more consistent with things? So those are my 2 questions for you guys today. So I hope you guys have a great Monday. It's Monday, my friends. Rise and freaking grind. Gosh, I love it. I love Mondays. I don't know why. I feel energized. I feel ready to go. I feel like I can take on anything on Monday. Now, Tuesday, different story. But that's another day. So, as always, thank you all for joining. Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.